My name is Diana Fazio. The first poem I'm going to read is Resonance. In the bewitchment of our first glance, our eyes glistened together, as all at once I heard the great resonance of your song with rapture. The words you spoke cascaded down like music to my ears, flowing notes of loving, beautiful and humming, soaring above us, the canticle of a skylark, celebrating the rhapsodical rise of our enchantment. Then suddenly, the empty air came spinning down all around without your sound, as I searched for more of your resplendent refrains. Never again to hear your melody throughout me, never more to feel the ardor of your symphony. My highest hearkening had become my silent darkening, imprisoned forever within a ghetto of lonely quiescence, crying for music and harmony, never heeding them again. New forever. In the moment that we first saw each other, we were caught helpless in the sparks of an emerald glistening aurora, lighting up the dark night like 1,000 moons rising. But the goddess of time saw you too, and she lost her heart to you, and stopped in her journey, staggering, gasping for breath, and groaning from the strain, turned around to face you, her captor. And so bewitched was she by you, when she too had gazed into your eyes, she cried to know that you could not be her lover. The ground moved beneath our feet from her lamenting. Her mourning opened up the sky, and the stars fell like the tears of the firmament upon the ground. And she, shaking with her jealousy of my humanity, ceased along her voyage of the unraveling of forever, much too enamored to go forward on her errand of marching the moments of eternity away, knowing all too well it would deprive her of you, her magnificent yet ephemeral beloved. But you met her fantastic gaze. You faced the greatest goddess, time. And jealous though she was, you asked her to allow us a way through the universe together, hand in hand. Thus, when the footsteps of time resumed, that night there was born for us a brand new pathway through forever. Grave. Bird lies dead in the road, a warrior on the battlefield of rubber and steel. Car tires bump over the body, lying in a grave of asphalt. No one notices. Magic spell. Your kiss became a magic spell, rare as a blood-red moon. I tried to tell you, the best promised itself from tomorrow, but your ears were clogged with the past. Losing her was still upon your heart, and children beckoned at your feet. Soon the spell cleared like mist in the morning light. And I went on without you, the memory of a great treasure still within me. Quietly bleeding. Here, a jab of loneliness. There, a grab of ingratitude. Such are the wounds of my heart with which I limp alone, trying to disguise my pain to the world. For who cries for a life lived quietly bleeding? If joy exists, why is it something that I cradle in the dearest arms of memory from so many years ago, when the sun sang forth with its greatest voice for only one day? If beauty is meant to be prized, why must I watch it struggle, fading slowly away with age, finally perishing in my clinging hands? If hope is meant to guide me, why am I, being a fool for believing, surprised, when the empty hands of life deliver nothing even remotely like my dusty, downtrodden dreams? My life cries, quietly dying. The gods of sorrow. The letter lies on the cold ground. It has her lover's handwriting on it. No words of solace or comfort, only farewell. It is stained by tears in vain. Her trembling hand has let it fall upon the freezing breeze, and away it wanders, a wispy leaf, coming to rest in winter's hand. But she stoops to pick it up and clasps it to her heart, all that is left of him. He has left her on the lowland, amid the icy tongues of poverty's kiss, where the empty wind of frost howls and desperation is wrought amid scathing skies. There is no hope in the bitter valley, because he will never come. She clasps the letter ever tighter to her heart, and embracing the gods of sorrow, she falls on her knees before them and bows her head. Extramarital captivation. Like tainted weeds, the flowers you gave me wilted the next day. The bagels you brought were stale by then, too. Perhaps they were both second-hand, just like you. But the temptation is great to slink into the hidden seduction behind the doors of each other's arms, for the heights we climb to glorious, glitterous explosions. Passion, fire, and ecstasy entwining ever deeper with each lingering breath. But when we part, all that remains are tainted weeds. Lost. I mourned on the shore where the sun hummed, but the humming never joined me. I cried on the beach where the moon sang, but the singing couldn't reach me. There was I tossed, and there was I lost. The sand gathered slowly above me. The sea encased patiently around me as the night crept noiselessly into the frozen, anguished sky. Time?
Keep going.
Okay.
Seems like forever when you're up there.
Bloody night. I had followed you many miles that night to your hotel as a surprise, my heart full of joy, hoping to delight you with my presence. But it wasn't only that you rejected me that caused my lifeblood to flow that night as I left along the path away. It was the ease with which you did it. So simple. You said you didn't want me. Last time was supposed to be the last time. Go out into the dark and rainy night, the feel of my blood warmly flowing onto the path away. There was no comfort from you, not a touch to ease my wounds. It seemed you had already prepared a caisson in your empty heart. The taste of my blood flowing hotly from my body onto the path away. You began dialing the telephone, and the first ring of your call to her, the great significant other, sang forth my death knell. The sound of my ears filling with blood and leaving my body to flow onto the path away. I sat in the hallway, unable to bear my shame. My last death toll faded as you hung up the phone, and the voice of my death became silent. The smell of my blood flowing hotly from my veins onto the path away. Into the hallway you came as I sat on the steps, trying to hide my pain. And you turned me out into the cold, dark deluge with nowhere to go and no one to go to, and you knew it. As I made my way outside in the rain, the blood streamed hotly from my wounds onto the path away. But the blood that flowed forth onto the path away that night never did wash away into the earth with the rain.